Yeah, this is a famous tale from Reddit, and it's one of surprises and tragedy and trauma, and ultimately I think it has an uplifting ending, but I'll leave that for you to judge. And then what I want you to type next to that is heroin, like the drug, not the lady hero.
Heroin.
Nope, that's the lady hero. Now
Because this looks pretty sick.
That might be it. Spontaneous H, that's it. So, as a broad overview, Spontaneous H, that's a user of Reddit. Gets addicted, dies, gets admitted, gets clean, and then posts an update 7 years later.
Is he a ghost?
We'll walk you through it. It's crazy. So, we can click right on this person's name, and it takes us to his profile, and we'll see his post history. Right now. The oldest one is 15 years ago. And this is where our journey begins. So you followed
okay.
Yes. I did heroin yesterday. I'm not a drug user, and I've never done anything besides pot back when I was a teen. Ask me anything. In this post...
15 years. So that's 2009.
Yeah. So, yeah. In this subreddit, people with various levels of expertise say, ask me anything. This guy is saying, I did heroin for the first time. Ask me anything.
So we jumped from pot to heroin, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
that's a leap, man.
Yeah, has a master's degree. He was 24 at the time, and he's a little bored. Okay. Yesterday I was walking through Washington Square Park, where I pass every day, and there are always people there looking to sell drugs. This guy tends to avoid them. Yesterday I happened to stop by a row of benches to check some messages on my phone when a dealer on the bench to my right asks me if I need anything. My life has been pretty boring the last few years, and
this is the most white guy way to start using heroin ever. I was feeling a little bored.
And I feel like I haven't really lived, taken any risks, or done anything crazy, so I figured, what the hell, maybe I'll buy some pot. It's been a while. I said yeah, and after asking several times if I'm a cop, he gives me his number and tells me to meet him at a fast food place several blocks away, and he'll hook me up. I say, all right. We sit down, and after hounding me, asking if I'm a cop, he asks what I need. And I tell him I just want a dime bag, and he says something like, nah,
sorry, to be fair, man. It's never been this easy. Like, he's like, hey, do you want drugs? Yes. Meet me here.
So he wants a dime bag, and this guy only sells half ounces. At this point, I don't want to buy half an ounce of pot. I probably never smoked more than an eighth in my life, but then I started considering his last word. Heroin. I've heard so much about it and how crazy addictive it is.
Holy shit.
And I've seen the movies and TV. I'm thinking The Wire here, one of my favorite shows, and it really started to intrigue me. I've always wondered what it would be like to do heroin. Out of nowhere, I say, I'll take the H.
I just now realize what we're doing. This is the man slow to send the heroin abuse.
Yeah.
I love it. I fucking love it. Keep going.
So out of nowhere, I say, I'll take the H, and we'll do the deal there. I give him the cash under the table, and he slides me a small order of fries with a little stamped wax baggie in it and tells me to let him leave first. I put it in my pocket and then nervously race home, my heart racing, cannot believe what I just did. I held on to that bag, palms sweating the whole ride home. Yeah, when I get home, I open the bag and dump some golden flakes and powder on my glass coffee table. Oh. You're like, what are we?
Chicken grease, okay.
At this point, I don't even know what to do. I know you can snort heroin, but it looked all flaky, so I try to remember how they did it in the movies, and they always seem to inject it.
Jesus Christ.
So I start Googling how to snort heroin like an idiot and do a little research on the stuff and how much to take. I use a card to get it into a fine powder and move a small bump to the side, which I inhaled through a dollar bill. I didn't feel anything yet, so I started a small line, which was essentially half the bag. There was very little inside.
Oh, boy.
I waited, and in a few minutes, I had the most pleasurable feeling of pure relaxation and bliss wash over me.
He's selling it hard.
I just sat there and everything felt amazing. I nodded off and it was great. I had the TV on but wasn't paying attention. I must have sat there for around 4 hours doing nothing but feeling total pleasure.
He gets it.
It was like a full body orgasm times 10 that kept going on and on.
Jesus Christ.
At this point, I did the rest of it and stayed up all night and must have been high for 10 hours
straight.
Yeah,
it's pretty fucking sick, turns out. That's why people ruin their lives.
I must have slept at one point. It's hard to tell the difference when you nod off and everything feels good regardless. I was blown away by the power of this drug and just how orgasmic it felt. I have the urge to do it again, but I will resist and not do it. At least not for a long time. I understand the addiction potential and how someone could easily tear apart their lives on this stuff.
Oh, no.
Heroin is pure powdered pleasure. I actually feel proud of myself for having the balls to do something this crazy, and I feel like it was a valuable life experience and my window into another world and part of society. I will never forget the day I did heroin. Now, ask me anything.
And this was 15 years ago.
Yes, and this is just the first step. Let's take just a drift down, just a few comments and see what people have to say, maybe what they're asking him.
Did you eat the fucking fries?
2 weeks later, so.
Oh, no.
Just let that feeling, wash over you, crash over you.
Keith, I love this so much.
2 weeks ago, I tried heroin once for fun and made an AMA. I've been using since and shot up for the first time today.
Oh my god.
Ask me anything. Wednesday. All right, so there's lots of updates down here. Let's see. Is the original post... Want to scroll down a little bit? There's lots of updates. Okay, scroll down a little bit.
Do you want to see my track marks too? They're real.
We can scroll up to those edits after this, but scroll up to this block here. Yeah. I know there will be a lot of people telling me I told you so and urging me to seek help, and they are right. That's all good, and trust me, I know the danger I'm in of ruining my life, but let's please keep this an AMA first and foremost.
Buddy, no.
Now, he loves the form. He's a slave to the format. So, all right.
I enjoy his commitment.
I will be checking out an NA meeting this week, and I know I'm on a fast track to becoming an addict, and I want to stop it before it gets out of control, and I'm physically addicted. No one in my life can know about this, and I want to stop it before it's too late. I've been using for...
This is awful. This is a real-life addiction, in real time.
Yeah. I've been using for 2 to 3 day periods, and then taking a couple days off, and then using again. The breaks...
He thinks he's safe.
Yeah. Today I met a guy through some internet channels who said he could get me bundles, 10 small bags, for significantly less than half the price.
Don't forget, this man has a high-paying job.
Yeah. He also happened to be an IV user and had a stash of sealed needles and supplies and offered to shoot me up.
Perfectly safe.
They're all sealed, they're clean, and he offered to shoot me up. But when he got home, he tried to do it himself. After not hitting a vein countless times, I finally got a red flag and was good to go. I have injected...
Oh my god.
I have injected 5 bags since 4 p.m., and the last a little less than an hour ago, and I'm tempted to do more now. Ask me anything.
This can't be real.
Forgive me for any delays if I nod off. Scroll up, and we'll take a look at some of the edits that he posted to his
You have a narrative, and I love that you...
I'm walking you through it, baby. All right, so... NA update. Went to NA, shared my story, and it seems to hit a lot of people. I cried, got a lot of support.
And I love that.
And numbers, and it feels like I'm in a good place, and I truly believe I never have to use again. I will be going back. Update, whatever. I slept for about 30 hours, sweat out my entire body, and now I feel okay. I also took a shit for the first time in a week, which was pretty awesome. I can stop this on my own. I don't even think I need NA, but I'm not ruling it out. I have no craving or desire to do heroin. I'm sure some of you will be quick to say I need real support, and maybe you're right, but right now, I think I'll be okay. New update. I appreciate all the genuine concern and advice. I finished my stash.
Oh, God.
Bad idea, but too late. Threw out my needles, and I'm too faded to respond to comments for now. When I sober up in a couple hours, I'll check out some NA meetings.
Edit.
I nodded off after taking another hit at 4 a.m., and I couldn't be bothered to look at this anymore. I just woke up sore with a headache. For those of you who think I'm a troll because I can do heroin and type well with good grammar, fuck off. It's not that hard if you type slowly and carefully without
looking at the screen.
The screen is a blur and too bright, and it's challenging, but I would rather post coherently than like an idiot. For people calling this fake, is this enough proof for you? Do you want to see my track marks too, etc.? That is a link.
Can we open the link?
Let's see. Okay. So that's his bag and everything.
So this was 15 years ago?
Yeah. So let's go to the third post. And this is about a month after the original post. All right. I tried heroin a month ago, made an AMA, got addicted and started injecting and just started Subuxone treatment. Oh, fuck me. This one failed due to assholes calling me a lying troll. I'll try again and post proof up front. Have you tried putting a fresh towel over your pillow every night? Do you understand why people told you not to fuck with heroin?
No. Yep.
Oh yeah, but it was too late after I already did it once.
You did a lot more.
Yeah. As strange as it sounds, I want to thank you. I'll never try heroin now. So that next one is this one.
I'm a patient.
I'm a patient in a psychiatric hospital.
Oh, boy.
I was also technically dead last week. Ask me anything. Hashtag I will not do ass sex.
I'll just literally copy that whole post.
I'm in one of the nation's finest hospitals and get internet access in 30-minute intervals before having to restart my browsing session, which is kind of annoying, along with the pesky web filter. I will be very grateful if anyone can help me get around it. All proxies.
Search for the police mystery. You'll love it.
If you're reading this and know me, you probably already know who I am. Ask me anything. I can't believe it's been over a year since I discovered heroin and did the AMAs on here after first trying it several months later. Time flies when you're an addict.
Holy fuck.
Here we go. I was also technically dead last week. Explain this. I overdosed on a combination of mostly fentanyl. Plus I had a lot of...
Oh, it's everywhere.
Phenadramine, fuck you.
That's Benadryl.
Maybe some lingering oxymorphone in my system. I stopped breathing with several fentanyl patches
So in the
my
middle of
mouth.
this, he's still popping minis.
The patches were partially blocking his airway, and it took a bunch of Narcan to revive him.
Jesus Christ.
And now he's in a psychiatric hospital. And let's take a look at the next one after this. I was already headed to rehab too. I was supposed to go to Florida today, but now I'm stuck here in limbo.
Don't
for
go
God
to
knows who.
Florida.
Don't go to Florida. That would have been his biggest mistake.
That's
Fucking
the opposite
idiot.
of rehab.
Died under a fucking gator farm.
All right, let's go a little further in the timeline.
Yeah, we're coming back here. All right, and then there's let's see. There's another one here. This is my third extremely close encounter with death from drugs in the last year.
Ooh,
I've done
that's
more
not
than
a
you
good
probably
sign.
know exist. This is my third chance at life. I don't know if I will get any more. Ask me anything. Edit. I get transferred to the rehab unit in like an hour, which is an open door and has a lot more freedom and is even nicer than this unit. Yeah.
So drugs.
Yeah. Definitely drugs. I don't see him
Hold
replying
on.
too much.
Do you remember when you said this in your first post? So after that post, 8 years passed.
Yep, 7 years later. Update for anyone who stumbles upon this account in the future. Mature content. Oh God. I don't know if
I
anyone.
sucked a lot of dicks.
I don't know if anyone here remembers me, but you can look through my submissions history and get an idea.
We sure did.
It's not pretty, and it will take you through a journey of my first time trying heroin to my life quickly falling apart.
Jesus.
I'm now almost 6 years clean. It's too difficult for me to
There
go
was
back.
2 fun years after that. He's not documenting.
Yeah. It's too difficult for me to go back and even read most of what I originally wrote 7 years ago. Maybe one day I'll be able to. I don't even remember what I said in the first post, but now I can look back
It's
objectively.
there. You can look. It's
and,
easy.
And say things probably weren't as good and normal before I tried heroin and made it seem in that first post. There were certainly warning signs before that with alcohol, weed, and other things that I had issues with. We got a little arc here. He's coming out of it, and I think that's probably where we're going to land.
Well, that's 8 years ago.
On the last one, too. Since, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. It's been a while. This is not an AMA or anything exciting, really.
Alive, clean, and doing well.
Yeah.
Turns out when you're rich and white, you can just kind of bounce back from anything.
So I'll take a step back here.